The game was over. Then it wasn't. Then it ended again, before officials forced one last snap in one of the wildest finishes in bowl history. Welcome back to Victory Grid, where we break down college football moments that redefine chaos, pressure, and playoff drama. Today we're unpacking the Ole Miss versus Georgia Sugar Bowl thriller, a college football playoff quarterfinal that refused to end, and a night where celebration was delayed multiple times. A Sugar Bowl that refused to end. The Sugar Bowl is supposed to crown a winner. On Thursday night, it did that. Then undid it. Then did it again. Ole Miss defeated Georgia 39-34, but the scoreboard didn't tell the full story. This game ended with confusion, chaos, and officials repeatedly demanding that the final second be played, turning a victory celebration into a prolonged waiting game. The game-winning sequence. With 6 seconds left, Ole Miss kicker Lucas Carneiro drilled a go-ahead field goal. At that moment, the Rebels believed they had sealed the win. Then things got strange. On the ensuing kickoff, Georgia's return team attempted a cross-field lateral. The ball hit the pylon, resulting in a safety, effectively putting Ole Miss up by 5. Players stormed the field, coaches hugged. The Sugar Bowl appeared finished, but officials stepped in. 1 second left. Take 1. Despite the apparent chaos, officials ruled that Georgia had to kick off again with 1 second remaining. Ole Miss players and coaches were forced back to the sideline. Celebration paused. Georgia executed an onside kick and recovered it, falling on the ball to preserve that final second. Once again, Ole Miss celebrated, believing the recovery ended the game. It didn't. 1 second left. Take 2 officials again demanded that the final second be played. At this point, Ole Miss head coach Pete Golding had already received a Gatorade bath. Stadium staff had begun pushing the winner's stage onto the field. Fans were confused, broadcasters were stunned, everything had to be reversed, the stage was pushed back, the field cleared, and Georgia lined up for one last play. The final play, Georgia ran a desperate lateral-filled play. The Bulldogs flipped the ball repeatedly, stretching a single second into dozens of real-time seconds. Eventually the play fizzled out. No miracle, no comeback. Only then, finally, could Ole Miss celebrate for real. What was at stake? This wasn't just a bowl win. Ole Miss entered as the CFP number 6 seed, Georgia as the number 3 seed. This victory sent Ole Miss to the college football playoff semifinal, where they will face Miami in the Fiesta Bowl next Thursday. Given 2 lopsided quarterfinals earlier at the Orange and Rose Bowls, the Sugar Bowl delivered exactly what the playoff needed. Drama until the final snap. How Georgia let it slip away. Georgia once looked in control. They turned a 21-12 halftime deficit into a 34-24 lead with just over 9 minutes to play. Momentum was firmly on their side, but late-game execution failed them. Georgia's last stand with their backs against the wall, Georgia mounted one final rally. Quarterback Gunnar Stockton connected with Zachariah Branch for an 18-yard touchdown. Then kicker Peyton Woodring nailed a short field goal, tying the game with 55 seconds remaining. From near collapse to even score, Georgia had done their part. But Ole Miss wasn't finished. Chambliss's moment of ice. Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss delivered when it mattered most. Facing third down from his own 30-yard line, Chambliss fired a 40-yard strike to Dijon Stribling. That one play flipped the field and set the stage for history. Lucas Carneiro, a night for the record books kicker. Lucas Carneiro was already having a legendary night. Earlier, he shattered Sugar Bowl records with field goals of 55 and 56 yards. Then came the biggest kick of all. From 47 yards, Carneiro drilled the game winner and sprinted toward the Ole Miss sideline as teammates swarmed him. Ice cold under maximum pressure. Ole Miss offensive dominance. Ole Miss didn't just win the game, they controlled it statistically. 473 total yards for Ole Miss, 343 total yards for Georgia. Key performances: Harrison Wallace III, 9 catches, 156 yards, 1 TD. DeJohn Stribling, 7 catches, 122 yards. Kewen Lacey, 98 rushing yards, 2 TDs. This wasn't luck. This was execution. Georgia's effort falls short. Despite the loss, Georgia fought. Gunnar Stockton, 203 passing yards, 1 TD, added 2 rushing touchdowns, but turnovers, missed opportunities, and late-game discipline issues ultimately cost them. Why this game will be remembered. Years from now, fans won't just remember the score. They'll remember celebrating 3 times, a Gatorade bath before the game ended, a winner's stage rolling on, then off, and officials insisting on one final second. This was college football chaos at its finest. The bigger CFP message. The expanded playoff needed a classic. The Sugar Bowl delivered it. Ole Miss proved they belong on the biggest stage. Georgia learned how thin the margin truly is. And college football fans got a reminder. The game isn't over until the clock hits 0. And sometimes, even then, you still have to wait. If you enjoy dramatic college football breakdowns and playoff storytelling, make sure to like, subscribe, and save this video. This is Victory Grid, and we'll keep covering the moments that define the postseason.